Hey folks, it's Jax. We are going to have an awesome chat today speaking about the state of the Starlight Chicken. Overall, what's up with Balanced Druid going into 9.15? Now, from a pure spec balancing perspective, we've seen absolutely no changes to the way balance is set up. And if you enjoyed balance in 9.1, then you'll be absolutely thrilled with this. No material changes whatsoever from what we're seeing. No real buffs, no real nerfs. Overall, we'll just continue to increase the item level of the gear we have, and hopefully, you're only going to see balance get more popular in Mythic Plus dungeons. So, with that being said, no material changes for us brings us very quickly to what's actually occurring with the talent build here. So, tier 1, we're sticking with Force of Nature. Just makes life a whole lot easier on your tank and also allows you to get a little bit more astral power, which ultimately informs our throughput. Tier 2 is Wild Charge, and that's actually just a little bit more mobility for us in terms of being able to stay out of the way, although Druid has a ton of mobility, so this isn't a big deal. Tier 3, it's really in between Guardian Affinity or Restoration. For me personally, I usually take the benefit of the extra heals, take advantage of that as much as I can. Tier 4, it's down to two options, basically between Mighty Bash, and I really prefer to have a stun in my kit. I know Druid's got all kinds of things like Hibernate and Root, and definitely some Typhoons that we can take advantage of. Having one more stun only helps our already sick kit. Tier 5 comes a little bit more of a discussion. You can go with Soul of the Forest, which what I'm recommending at this point in time, or alternatively, if you have more than two targets, it's absolutely the way to go. If you're planning on going with more of like an Arcane Pulsar build, then go with Incarnation. Hey, and it definitely just buffs your Moonkin form, gets you a little bit more critical strike, and that certainly helps all of our throughput materially. So either option plays out pretty awesome. Now, as we transition over to Tier 6, we've got really only one play here, and that's around Stellar Drift. So overall, Stellar Drift is just your go-to talent if you've got two or more targets that you want to damage. Gives you a great ability to cast while moving when you have Starfall active. So absolutely, massively, yes, yes, yes. Definitely worth our while on this one. Look at this big boy just dropping all over the place, eh? Love to see it. Outside of that, like, we're continuing to see a lot of fun gameplay, jumping up to Tier 7. Solstice did receive a nerf at the beginning of 9.1, so what that allowed us is to start to decide where we want our build to live, whether that's going to be with Fury of Elune, which like is really good to help you burn down typically one target. If you are going with like the Venthyr chicken build, then overall this is a really good way to go. You'll get one or two extra star surges as a result of that kind of build. Alternatively, you can go for New Moon, and that's what I'm recommending we rock with right now, and it just absolutely stacks up the damage and DPS that you're rolling with. Definitely either Fury of Elune or New Moon over Solstice. New Moon, though, if you're looking to max your AoE damage. So take that as a tip in advance. Alright folks, that's largely it from a build perspective. When we talk about Covenants, we mentioned Venthyr does get some play, but overall, like, Night Fae is the go-to Covenant. Convoke the Spirits, like what I just played with, just has a tremendous amount of utility. Definitely worth your time to load up on that as much as possible. And yeah, like, realistically, try to push this as deep and long as we possibly can, because it's a bunch of fun gameplay. I do expect to see that we'll see more Venthyr. I see watching the Mythic Dungeon international world championships. MDI was definitely showing that Venthyr balanced druids are definitely a competitive choice if you're so interested in rolling that way. But for me personally, we're still at a point where I would just try to maximize all of the throughput we can through Night Fae and taking advantage of Convoke the Spirits. That being said, I'm a little bit more of a Druid generalist. I commonly swap between Balance and Guardian, so definitely worth checking out if that interests you. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know what I touched on. Let me know what I missed on. Let me know what you would have liked to have heard more of. I'm just reminding myself right now. Yeah, from a legendary perspective, Primordial Arcanic Pulsar for Night Fae is absolutely the way to go there. Basically, it gives you 12 seconds of Celestial Alignment after you spend 300 AP. From a Night Fae perspective, this is best in slot. However, if you are going with that Venthyr build, pick up the Sinful Hysteria Legendary. That comes from getting 48 Renown over with the Venthyr class. And really, when Ravenous Frenzy expires, it lingers for another 5 seconds before disappearing. Really allows you to use all of your AP and spells that ultimately give you more AP. So worth picking up on and adding to your kit. Definitely worth exploring now that we're able to swap in between the different Covenant classes much easier than before. So check it out, folks. Let me know what you like, what you dislike, what could be done differently, better. And yeah, we'll see you all on hopefully some high-end keys in the near future. Take care of yourselves and be well. See ya.